So if you're looking for some unusual and different things to do in London, then this is the perfect video for you. Hi everyone, thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. In this video, we are actually doing it as a two-part series on 10 very unusual things to do when you are either visiting London or experiencing it as a local. I'm sure we all know the major sites of London that everybody wants to tick off if they come and visit, whether that's Big Ben or Westminster Abbey or checking out Buckingham Palace. And if you've done all that, well, there's plenty more to still get into. I moved over here 11 years ago and absolutely love discovering different things about London. So in this video, we're going to share 10 of some very perhaps unusual and different things that you might want to check out. One of the best things when people ask me about what to do in London, I always say walk off the beaten path, which means, you know, there's the major streets like Oxford Street and Regent Street that we all know, but honestly, you will never get disappointed in walking down some narrower streets, and I just think it just gets so quiet so instantly. So that is just so special. So one special place I'm going to highlight is St. Christopher's Place. It's just off of Oxford Street, and this location offers 20 amazing dining spots for you to enjoy. So especially during the summer, it's so cool because you can enjoy outside seating as well as independent boutiques and shops to browse that aren't as busy as those on Oxford Street. Another great street is Berwick Street, and Berwick Street is located in Soho, and it's filled with vinyl shops, vintage stores, and eateries to stop and enjoy, as well as flower stands, bakeries, and fruit stalls. Another great street to discover is Bywater Street, and you might be saying, where is that? Well, it is just off of King's Road in Chelsea, and this is a color lover's delight with stunning houses to drool over in an affluent and trendy area. I always recommend to those I know who are visiting to add that bit of extra time in their day to go and discover and explore those little streets that are off the beaten path. Number 2 on my list of unusual things to do in London is discover the quirkier establishments of London. London is full of quirky and delectable bars and cafes to enjoy, and many will have a weird or different theme that they are created behind. For example, if you've ever dreamed of enjoying a coffee in an old toilet, well, there is the Attendant in Fitzrovia. Or you can enjoy drinks in a converted bank strong room in the vault at the Ned, or perhaps sip cocktails in a 1920s Havana-inspired cocktail bar in the Burlock in Marylebone. I've seen many a unique space created in London that are just must-visits for a unique experience. Number 3 on my list is walk the caves of London. If you want an underground adventure, then London offers a selection of caves and vaults to go underground and be amazed. There's Chislehurst Caves, and when you head there, you can walk through the man-made caves from the 13th century. These caves were used for smuggling, murder, a wartime munitions store, as well as a concert venue. You can book a 45-minute tour of the caves and learn about the Druids, Romans, and Saxons, as well as discovering the haunted pool. Definitely one for history buffs. Or you can check out the London Silver Vaults. Staying closer to the city, you can go below Chancery Lane for something you may never have expected. Built in 1876 as a storage for jewelry, documents, and household silver, the London Silver Vaults is now home to over 30 shops that sell all kinds of silver artifacts. They're open from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. on weekdays and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. This is a truly magical experience, and you make sure to give yourself enough time to discover the world's largest collection of retail silver. Next up, we're going to highlight Cafe in the Crypt at Trafalgar Square. If dining while taking in some incredible history is what you're up to, then the Cafe in the Crypt beneath St. Martin in the Fields is a truly magical experience. It is set in the original brick-vaulted ceilings of the church's crypt with tombstones still viewable on the floor of the cafe. You can enjoy delicious food from hearty classics like apple crumble or even afternoon teas. I recommend taking a walk through the crypt to view the artifacts collection after having enjoyed your meal. Number 4 on the list is to take in afternoon tea. While I know it doesn't sound like that's particularly unusual because that's definitely highlights many people's, must-do list when they come to London, there's definitely some, let's say, alternative options that you might want to consider. From a Mad Hatter's tea party at the Sanderson Hotel in Soho to a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory afternoon tea at One Aldwych in Covent Garden, or even a science afternoon tea at the Ampersand Hotel in South Kensington, there's definitely an array of afternoon tea options that could be cute, quirky, and very different. Number 5 on our list, we are going to take a swim. While London may not be at the top of your list for getting outside for a swim, however, you might be surprised to hear that there's a great selection of fantastic Lidos and swimming ponds to enjoy. I featured actually some of them in one of my previous videos on the best closest beaches and pool locations in London that you might want to check out. For purposes of this list, we're going to highlight the Hampstead Heath Ponds. The Hampstead Heath Ponds are among the most beautiful in the country. You're literally swimming amongst trees, irises, and honeysuckles. There are 3 separate pools, one for ladies, one for men, and mixed groups. The ladies and men's ponds are the UK's only lifeguarded open water swimming facilities open to the public every day of the year. Next up is Serpentine Lido. In the middle of Hyde Park, the Serpentine Lido has incredible Royal Park views. At 100 meters in length, this is a popular triathlon spot. The water is clean and clear, but as you swim in the middle of the lake, you can have families on padolas gliding past, along with swans in the water that you should keep a watchful eye out for. On a separate note, there are no showers, so if you do take a swim before work, you'll want to leave enough time to shower at the office or on the way to it. So that is number 1 through 5 of my 10 unusual things to do here in London. We're going to highlight number 6 through 10 in the next video, so you definitely want to check that out. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to check out my other videos on my YouTube channel where I share great tips and information about the London property market and living in this fabulous city. So that's Ugo Arenze with Onyx Property Team and Keller Williams. Bye for now.